You look really good.
I don't know what the hell was on our thumbnail.
You look real good.
Alex put that together. I have no idea. We got this guy, Greg. He's the reason we're late today. It's all Greg's fault.
What?
Yeah, because he's cursed. He came in and
He didn't do anything.
we're training Greg.
Yeah.
It's Greg. So if anybody is upset that we're not on,
Don't take that from them, man. For real.
Nobody's
It's all Greg's fault.
nobody's listening to us anymore.
Yeah, they are because Greg's on here.
What?
Yeah, look, Greg is on here.
Greg's on here.
So that's why they're listening?
Yes.
Nobody's listening. I'm looking.
That's because we're late.
Yeah, that's my point. Thank you, Lizzie.
Good job.
Yeah, we got on. Had to wait on a couple thumbnail situations, but we're on. It's a free for all Friday. We'll give people a chance to jump on in.
Jump in.
Good morning, Ben and Karen. Eric, how's life been this last week, dude? We got Eric Johnson back in with us today. Lizzie Sparks and Vic Faust.
You know what? Sometimes you can have everything you think you want, and it can be stressful as hell. And the stress is not worth living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a curse. Life can be a curse.
So
it can be a blessing and a curse. It's a paradox.
So you get what you want, but then once you get what you want, it's not what you thought it would be.
Yes.
Or you got what you want, but you got more than what you wanted.
It's like capturing. You watch what you wish for is my moral of the today. Watch what you wish for because it might be too overwhelming. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It could just be overwhelming.
So what does that mean exactly for you personally?
It means go read some Thoreau and some Emerson and then just learn how to live in the woods without anything.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing I would do is
go be happy with less is what he's saying.
Yes.
Sometimes you want all of this stuff, and this stuff gets in the way of just being.
And then you get it, and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? I'm stupid.
No, there's something I want right now.
Hey, it's a family show.
Yeah, don't say it on air.
No, I got that last night.
Okay.
No. I'm just kidding.
Don't say I'm just kidding after you say something like that.
Yeah, because whoever this is, we know who this is.
Yes.
I get plenty of that.
Okay.
My God. I want something else.
He's like, man, this is just he's like bologna and bread.
You know, it's just
it's like ramen noodles.
Speaking of bologna.
Yeah.
Speaking of bologna, speaking of the Oscar Mayer wiener truck.
Oh, don't get her going.
Already.
I know.
Seriously, wieners.
It's a Friday. It's a free for all Friday. We'll have some serious stuff.
Okay.
We'll also have lots of fun stuff. Eric Johnson's here. He is plenty good. Kelly Manno was supposed to be in, but poor girl got sick.
Oh, that's so sad.
Mm-hmm. That's what very successful, famous people say when they don't want to be somewhere.
She showed.
I never get sick.
I'm not allowed to say everything about how she's sick, but she proved it to me.
How?
She showed me something.
Okay, what?
Huh?
Yes, she showed me something that proved her sickness. We'll just leave it at that.
I'm disgusted.
Boogers coming out of her nose?
No, and it's not. No. Lizzie, don't take it there, please. You're awesome.
Well, I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I saw proof that she's sick, so you guys can just take it for what you want.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
I'm done with this conversation. I don't care. What, she have gout?
She's got syphilis.
Yeah.
Lizzie!
Well, if you leave it open ended, then people insert what they're thinking. And
there you go again. Wieners and inserting.
Stop talking
already
about
inserting. On a Friday. Already on a Friday. Can we mash that up together?
Do you do this on purpose?
No.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. She used the word correctly.
No wonder Dave loves you so much.
Yeah.
You guys just
He's a happy husband.
You use the word correctly. It just comes out. A little bit weird. That's all.
It just comes out.
Anyway.
See, Vic, look what you do.
It's sitting next to you.
It's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why are you guys always coming on so late, by the way? I have been wanting to ask you that question. You guys come on late all the time.
What do you mean late?
Seriously.
It's because somebody is...
It's like a PRL show around here.
Right.
It's
it
like,
really is.
Tonight at 8 o'clock, PRL takes the stage. It's 8:45. Where the hell is everybody?
You know what? I've been to one of your shows and
It's
that
the
happened.
truth.
And that
It
happened.
does
I was like,
happen.
damn, what time was this supposed to start, man? I was
Yeah.
hoping to get in here, make a quick appearance, get my ass out.
I know you.
Get to the next
That's why we
place.
do it. Hey, there's Vic.
Yeah.
Start the
Yeah,
show in an hour.
Yeah.
I'm so important. Like Matt Gaetz thinks he's so important.
He is important. Right now he is.
Government shutdown looming 12:01 Sunday night. It could. Here's my problem with Matt Gaetz. He's like the little kid. He thinks he's more important than what he is. And I'm going to piss people off, and I don't care. He literally took time yesterday during open floor session at a microphone to go after Kevin McCarthy. And I don't care. Kevin McCarthy, you can rip him, like him, whatever. Don't waste time. Eric, Lizzie, he wasted time. Matt Gaetz saying, did you pay influencers to rip me on social media?
Oh, stop it.
He's pissed about that. Get over yourself, Gaetz.
Well, you know what? The way that he set it up to make McCarthy the speaker is exactly what you're seeing come to fruition.
That's a good point.
He set it up to be like, I'm going to be over you with my thumb on your face every single day because I don't like you. And the only way I'm making you speaker is if you kind of bow down to me. Now, he's playing his cards. He's playing his cards he was given.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry. He can basically say, let's take a vote on this guy. And then McCarthy would have to go through the entire process of becoming speaker again. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in this caucus right now that are not going, yeah, Gaetz needs to sit the hell down. Are there?
Not yet.
No.
His caucus is completely like, no, we agree.
His what?
His caucus. Watch your mouth. Is like,
I'm not trying to be funny, guy. I was like,
no. It's right. It's okay.
not like you said his cock is, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's free for all.
Cock is what?
Yeah, it's a weird Friday. It'll be fine. But everybody in the caucus is agreeing with Mr. Gaetz. They're like, yeah, we're going to watch what goes on here.
Yeah.
And who cares if the government gets shut down?
I don't care.
For
It's happened
real,
quite a bit.
guys.
Yeah.
Why are you why is it okay for GM to shut down because the workers want a better quality of life or whatever? But if the government shuts down, God for damn bid, comma.
It's just the Republicans suck. They suck with all of these stupid baby antics.
Yeah, they do.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's like, stop it already. It's a sideshow theater, and then
It is.
And then the Freedom Caucus. I'm sorry, they don't get a lot of respect, especially when Lauren Boebert is touchy feely and
in the theater.
So what? She's having fun.
Yeah, I'm fine with her doing it.
I mean,
but
for
you can't
real.
But because she got singled out. I mean, it's just, if you try to promote a family, and then if you're with a guy, it had nothing to do with kids. She wasn't doing it on purpose. So fine, I don't care what.
You know what?
did
Let's
privately.
have. But turn around his
nationally, she's getting ripped, and she's part of the Freedom Caucus.
You know what? Watch your mouth. Here's the deal. if you heard,
I better be careful about talking about Lauren Boebert.
If you were
and caucuses,
yeah,
for sure.
If you were to hear the same thing, watch this. Watch how this works. AOC was caught in a wearing. AOC was me too. If someone can make us some coffee, that'd be great.
Can you go get us some coffee, Joe?
Please,
Joe?
I will beg.
Joe or Greg, come in here.
I got money for you. Here's the deal. Because it's National Coffee Day, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you were to hear AOC and her boyfriend were making out at a Warenberg theater watching an Avengers movie, would you really give a damn?
No.
The answer is no. No one cares if AOC is getting handsy with the guy that looks like Howdy Doody or whatever.
But you know what, though?
No one cares.
Eric?
Seriously.
Yeah, because they're not. I mean, the reason it's, why Lauren Boebert got that.
Because it's a political nightmare mess.
It's a political.
Yes. It's because it's like being in a bad relationship. If your significant other has a tool, a weapon to use against you, they're going to use it.
Yeah, they are.
If you didn't bring the trash down the damn driveway, they're going to say, remember that time you cheated on me? They're going to use every tool at their disposal. So if the Democrats get a tool, this Boebert, right?
Boebert.
If they see her doing anything in public that's scantily clad, they're going to use it against her because that's how our politics works right now. And until we the people, smarten up and not deliver these morons
I know, it's just
to Congress.
It's just It's just like, stop with the stupid games, Gates. Who cares? You got influencers to attack me on social media. Why? Do that privately.
No.
Don't do it publicly.
Yeah.
It just makes you look weak.
If I was Lauren
Nobody
Boebert,
cares.
if I was Lauren Boebert,
Mhm.
I would take that picture. Seriously.
Derek, are you listening? We need Lauren Boebert t-shirt gear.
No.
merchandise.
No, I'm going to make it more personal.
Okay.
I would take that picture and then I would say, season's greetings from the Boeberts. And that would be my Christmas card.
Yes, that would
And
be
I'd be
good.
like, I like it. Actually, we were having an intimate moment.
Yeah,
I
but
don't have
She broke up with the dude.
Oh.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Then I would.
And she lied about it. That's what I'm saying. Just be direct and be honest. Here's the problem. He's a hardcore Democrat guy, owns a club.
That
with
shouldn't make a
transgender.
difference either.
It shouldn't, but
it does to a lot
but
of people.
she said, "Oh, I just went out with him. She's known him for a long time. When they do the deep
Yeah.
dive." So then she only broke up with him because he's a Democrat. It's all so stupid.
I do think you
Can't we all get along and commingle
No.
in theaters?
Dude, some of the best
Democrats and Republicans.
Some of the best parties.
Loving,
Some of the best
touching,
parties I've ever been to have a lot of Democrats, a lot of liberals. They party like they're
do.
It's
They do.
1999.
Republicans party.
Republicans have a different way of partying. Okay, they like to blow crap up in the backyard.
No.
But liberals, they like to get really drunk at bougie ass places. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just the Republicans
So-
do too.
Oh, okay. I'll take
Name
your word for
one.
it.
Name
I'll
one.
take.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you can't prove it.
I
Okay,
can
here.
too. Never mind.
I know.
Never mind.
You can prove it?
in St. Louis every Friday.
Yeah, they're in the air right now,
Yeah.
going to the Bahamas.
Lizzie, I live a different lifestyle.
Yeah, apparently you
it's
do.
dark but light at the same time.
Yes, yes,
It's like a
yes.
paradox. But you do have to bring this up because a lot of people are saying it on the text line. Yes, we know Diane Feinstein, the 90-year-old out of California, has passed away this morning
Yes, she did.
after she put her last vote on the floor. I think it was Wednesday.
She
Yeah.
didn't put it on. Somebody put it on.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why we were late coming up because Vic was crying and crying and crying because we found out about it
Yeah.
right before the show and he couldn't stop crying.
I think the most amazing thing about Diane Feinstein is she's kept that hairdo from 1950 this long.
She sure has.
She, by the way, is the longest serving female senator ever.
They've been
So-
propping her up for a long time.
Yep. So that takes care of it.
Now, what do? Seriously, this is playing chess, not checkers kind
Mhm.
of stuff. Do you
Yes,
go
it is.
get Adam Schiff to resign right now as your representative, I think, out of Orange County, California, and make him the sitting senator right now? Do you do that?
There's some decisions I got.
Do you go and ask Kamala to step down as the VP?
No.
Oh, hell no. Somebody might.
Why not?
It's not happening.
Let's hope
It
not.
would be more Schiff or somebody else.
I'm just
Schiff is
asking
Schiff.
the legitimate question. Why
Kamala's
wouldn't you do that?
untouchable for a while.
Is she really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Until they get rid of her.
Okay.
She's untouchable, at least in regards to firing her because she doesn't do anything.
And Gavin Newsom is definitely going to be equity politics here.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
Yep.
boom.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
And it's going to be a
Yeah, but Gavin,
blank show.
you know what Gavin did though? He had a great zinger on DeSantis the other night. He said that DeSantis is so desperate that he accepted his invitation for this quote debate that it shows he
Mm.
shouldn't even be the president and he's not presidential material.
Which one are you talking about?
Newsom said that about his one-on-one debate with DeSantis. He ripped him. He's like, the fact that he even took the bait is absolutely stunning.
DeSantis and Newsom are
DeSantis
in
is
exactly
desperate.
the same boat.
By the
They
way,
are
Fox
exactly the
in
same
Fox
boat.
News
Yep.
says DeSantis
yes.
voters said that he won that debate the other night. That's what I said yesterday. But who cares?
Who gives a damn? You
Nobody
got the
cares.
gorilla jumping around the cage, and the spider monkeys are in the bottom of the cage, saying, "I won the spider monkey debate."
That's
but the
exactly
gorilla
right.
is going to
Eric,
rip
that's the
everyone's
be-
head
Eric,
off.
That's the best analogy, man.
It is. 'Cause that
It's-
is exactly what, because all you would hear is them all going, and just
Yeah.
yelling and screaming like spider monkeys.
I think at this point you're at this point. Did you guys all watch the debate? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Or did you bore-
No, I did.
We broke
I
it all
did.
down yes.
Okay,
And it was terrible.
My 2 cents is nobody won, but now you have to do the elimination game.
Yeah.
Who you get rid of? Tim Scott, bye.
Yeah.
When you rip Nikki Haley because of damn curtains,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that was low.
All right,
That was
There's only
ridiculous.
I like
there's 3 left.
I like Tim Scott a lot, but you've got to go.
Yeah, you got to go.
Nikki Haley came across as a
Karen.
as the RA in your college dorm?
Yes.
Yes,
That's what I-
yes,
Right?
exactly.
Didn't she? It's like she was the chick that you would like sneak by the door.
By the
late
way,
at
the
night.
Fox polling had her coming in second place with only about 17, 18%. DeSantis, 33%. And then Vivek Ramaswamy at third place, like about 12, 13.
Okay, Vivek, I like him a lot, man. He's got energy.
And
He's 38 years old. Is he presidential material? No, not yet. He doesn't have that weird presidential
Nope,
decorum that I always talk
doesn't.
about. The governor cat with the eyebrows or whatever his name is, I don't know.
He gone.
He seems like a smart guy. He seems like he could come in and rule.
He's a good business guy.
He seems like he would be a great mayor for Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines.
Yeah, Des Moines.
Doesn't he?
Or-
He looks like he would be a great mayor in a small little manufacturing town.
Yeah,
Who else was on that damn stage? Fatty Malone. What's his name? Chris Christie.
yeah.
He finished in last place.
He was terrible.
Over 20% said that he was by far the worst.
Anybody
He
that
doesn't want to run.
anybody that comes on a team. If I hire you,
He's getting paid.
if I come on a football team and my whole job is to literally go after the starting quarterback. Hey, we're going to bring on this tight end. And your whole job is not really to win because you're not really going to be on the field, but your whole job is to go to the press and rip our starting quarterback. He's got to go. He's got to go.
He's gone.
So now who are you left with? You're left with DeSantis.
It is. The only way,
Right?
yeah, if Trump decides not to run, then you've got
Yeah,
DeSantis.
So now you have this matchup coming up with Newsom, and it's going to happen November, whatever it is. I can't remember the date. You have these two guys who are in exactly the same boat. You have Newsom, who is they're both in the dinghies behind the yacht, and they both desperately want to be on the yacht.
Look at us.
Yes. 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 They both have flare guns.
That's it.
They both have flare guns, and they're hoping to get picked up by somebody. DeSantis reminds me of, remember those bands, those one-hit wonders?
But I still think Newsom's dinghy is bigger than DeSantis's.
no, look who's talking about dinghies today.
on purpose.
Yeah,
Newsom's dinghy is bigger. I guarantee.
Smash Up Friday.
Mashup Friday.
Words can mean two different things
Yes,
today.
it can.
I love it.
Can.
I don't know. I think DeSantis wipes the floor with the cat. But
in a debate, yes. But Newsom's a smooth, silky, snaky, sneaky liar.
Yes.
He lies. And
This could be a Nixon / JFK moment. You got to be real careful.
Mm-hmm.
You start sweating with a Democrat to your left, it could get ugly.
It won't. Yeah. It won't get much attention.
And you know what we have to work on with DeSantis? Get him on the phone. Can someone call DeSantis?
I've been trying. My people reached out to his people.
He needs to stop being so whiny.
Yeah.
He says the right things, but he always says like this. He's like this. He goes, "We have the best economy in the damn grand." Stop it, dog.
I'm just trying to help him with this smile.
Right?
Yeah.
He needs to smile.
It's like this. Yes.
He's like,
yes. And we're just trying to help. Right?
Yeah, you guys are just, he needs
it's
you
like
guys
this.
as coaches.
It's like, I don't understand why. And then we got the border, and then border's got to, and 40 trillion. DeSantis, do this. Just look in the camera and be like this.
Yo, bitches. I'm sorry.
I would say, I'd start. I go, just look in the camera and go like this. Listen. Got 1 million people coming over the border.
He can't pull that off already. Sorry.
Where do you think and then do it real slow like this with your meat voice. And you go, where do you think we're going to put 1 million illegal people in this country? It's a rhetorical question, of course. The answer is we're not. We're going to round them up. We're going to put them on a plane back to where they came from.
You sound like Trump now.
No, I don't. I sound like Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
That's what he has to do, Vic.
Yeah.
No,
Vic, listen to me.
Sound like Donald J.
Vic, listen to me. Listen to me. We're gonna be the leader of world order. You want new world government? No. We're the leader. And look at this. You guys better start making some notes. We're gonna be the leader of world order.
Mm-hmm.
Not new world order, but world order.
Glenn says you're starting to sound like Biden. He's getting a little afraid.
Glenn,
Just
Glenn,
because
go
of
get
the
a cocktail.
whispering.
It's Friday.
Just me. Yeah, he needs to
This
sound
is
more
free for all
badass.
crazy Friday. So we're
I'm
all
serious.
over
No, and the only reason I say that about DeSantis
I agree.
is nothing he says is you cannot not agree with DeSantis when you listen to him. But the way it's sometimes, have you ever had a relationship? Listen, you've been in a relationship for like 80 years, so this doesn't really apply to you. This is more to Vic. This is way more to Vic.
Yeah,
but have you ever
bring it on? Here
but
we
have you
go.
ever been in a relationship where it wasn't so much about what your girlfriend or boyfriend said to you, it was how they said it to you?
For
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Man, why can't you just take out the damn trash? And then if they would have just said, "Hey, can you please take
Who
out
takes
the trash?"
out the trash in your household?
Just my butler. But or it's like this. My God, you've been gone for 8 hours. Where have you been? Instead of saying, "Man, you've been gone for a while. Where were you?"
And I missed
you see what I'm saying?
And I missed
it's
you.
in the
not.
approach.
It's not what you say. It's
how.
how you
I
say
agree.
what you
I
say.
agree.
And that's where DeSantis is right now.
You're right.
It's
the
not
approach.
what you're
it's
saying.
the packaging of the messaging.
You
It
look
is.
good. You were a Navy SEAL. Your family looks amazing. You are literally killing it with Florida.
Yeah.
Just stop being such a whiny bitch.
That's right.
Please.
Yeah.
You want the job? Just go right after Trump and say, here's what I would do. Donald Trump kicked ass for this country. If he gets voted as the next president, I don't think the country will be worse off. But it's time. It's time, America, to take this to a new level. What Donald did for us was badass. And we're gonna continue the badassery.
Well, he's got to bring the badassery back.
Ooh, there's another one. Write that down. Bringing the badassery back. DeSantis 24.
Yes.
See what I'm
That's
saying?
your band.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Badassery.
Badassery.
Someone get me on a plane to Tallahassee. I need to go talk to this guy
You do.
immediately.
You do.
Alex agrees with you. He says, just in time for Kamala to head over to the Senate and Newsom to come on in.
Oh.
They unalived her. Well, at 90, you can't say that. So anyway, where we at? Okay. Jeannie says, my mom used to tell me that same phrase when I was a teenager. It's not what you say.
It's the truth.
It's
how
true. You say it.
You can get anything in life by figuring out how to control your inflection.
That is true.
I agree 100%.
There is nothing you can't get out of life unless if you come across as a mean, bitchy person, go to the mean, bitchy person place because no one wants to hear your crap. But if you say the same thing with a smile on your face and you look them in the eye, it's brutally.
I know a super successful man who will tell you, hey, let's go commit a crime in the most smooth way that you'd be like, yeah.
Let's go do it.
This is going to be good for me.
Yeah.
This is going to be good for my career. It's
Let's
good for my
do
kids and family.
Yeah, the people on Facebook are asking for you to get me some more coffee. Whoever's in charge of the
Coffee.
Photo Joe.
Coffee.
I got $20 in my pocket.
Coffee right
Bro,
now.
I'll do
It's coffee day, for God's sake.
I'll do a 9 ounce with
Come on, man.
3 packs.
Eric needs it.
We love
really
you.
bad.
All right.
No,
It's coffee.
it's how you say it to Joe. Joe.
No.
Please go get
Okay.
me coffee.
That's that. See, he would still stay there if you said that. So inflection can be both a soft, positive thing, or it can be a coach talking to their players. Like, you don't say, "Hey, jerk face, why didn't you block that guy?" Vic knows about that.
You don't. Oh, I was screaming.
No,
I had the
Coaches
biggest
scream
cussing
at you.
experience. Well, I told you I had a cup of
coaches
coffee
scream.
thrown in my face one day
where at?
at Mizzou.
You did not.
Hell yeah, I did.
Why did they have coffee on the field in the first place?
No, it was in a film room.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He's like, "What would you?" I was like,
Who did that? Warren
Coach.
Powers. Warren Powers walked in and
No, Andy Moeller,
oh, did he really?
Gary Moeller's son, former Michigan head coach. Now I was friends with Andy afterwards.
That's great.
He was. I had the nastiest, craziest, nuttiest, yelling, screaming coaches.
Yeah.
For 6 years.
Yeah.
In your face. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how it is. It's changed a lot. You're not allowed to scream at kids anymore.
But it does work in the football field, doesn't it?
Well, this coffee in my
does.
face certainly waked my ass up.
Yes, there's a way to talk to people. You got to talk to the soccer moms and you got to talk to the badass hillbillies the same way. You got to.
Badass
That's what. See, that's the thing about the Republican Party. Their big tent. They do have a big tent, Lizzie. Republicans do have a big tent.
tent.
They
what?
got
A big tent.
big tent.
Tent.
T-E-N-T.
Okay.
The Democrats always think they're the big tent party. They're not. The Republicans have everyone from soccer moms all the way to the most extreme right-wing people. But you have to talk to them the same way. You have to do that. And soccer moms are really the important ones right now. But I'm learning something. I don't know what your polling is showing. Vic is the king of this stuff. He pulls polls out of it. But African Americans on camera now are starting to go Trump a lot.
Yeah, we had Nicole.
And I'm freaking out about it.
We had Nicole Jenkins was in yesterday talking about it, where there's more of a desire. There's more of a unbeing afraid to say that they're for Trump. Also, the abortion issue is not resonating anymore in the African American Latino communities.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's what polling's starting to show.
That's interesting.
Maybe not with young white girls, suburban white girls, but in the African American communities and Hispanic communities, not what they're looking for.
I was accidentally watching a documentary, and it was like on YouTube TV in an office somewhere, and part of it was this guy goes into the urban areas. And he's like, well, what's going on here? And it's the gang.
Is he a white guy or black guy?
He's a white guy, but they're filming. And what's going on down here in, East St. Louis or wherever he was, Michigan, wherever it was. And on these trucks, they look like they're in Somalia. Like they all have guns and they have the mask.
Was this North St. Louis?
I don't know. I want to say maybe, but I don't know. But he basically were filming, and one of the trucks had a Trump flag on it.
Yep.
And I had to do a triple, quadruple take. I was like,
colors, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm like, okay, well, so the Taylor Swifts of the world, they talk to the little,
By the way,
girls.
It's interesting you bring her up. She asked people to get signed up to vote. Like 42 million people immediately signed up.
And they're going to be Democrats.
I'm just telling you, that's the power of Taylor.
Yeah.
That's why we talk about her. She literally had that many people sign up ASAP to vote.
I got to make sure that I get to my girls. I've got two of my girls that absolutely love her. And I'm going to say, don't listen to her voting habits, though. I'm going to have to get to them right when I leave the show.
That's a hard one to scrape, I'm afraid.
It is. They don't care what mom says. They would rather hear what Taylor says.
Yeah. If David Lee Roth would have told me back in 1984 to vote for a whoever.
Yeah, you would have done it.
I would have done it.
I understand.
I'm sorry. It would have been Mondale back then, I think.
I know.
So
yeah, it would have been Mondale back then.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Do you
remember when Mondale came to our high school? Were you there during that period of time?
No, I wasn't.
Mondale came to our high school, and what did I do? I literally had raised
Photo
signs.
Joe, you rock.
You
literally rock.
Taylor Swift asked people to vote and immediately got 35,000 Swifties to register to vote on the same day, though. That
all right.
35,000.
Let the panic come down a little bit because someone said 45 million.
That was me.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Because I was about to say that's a quarter of the country.
Yeah, well, he changed his mind.
To say, Vic, you've lost your mind.
He has lost his mind.
I'm still loving life after my Lions beat the crap out of the Packers last night.
I saw that.
Which is awesome. It's so good to have a football
team. Yeah, but the Packers, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Nobody likes Green Bay.
Come on, man. Did you hear that Colin Kaepernick might be the starting quarterback for the Jets?
No, he's not. They're not bringing him in.
Anyway,
Kaepernick is trying to get attention.
You talk about a whiner.
He is an attention whore. He's always been that. Instead of just going away, he's trying to create more controversy, which is unfortunate. And that's why I don't like him. Eric, I got a story.
That's why he doesn't like him.
Joe,
Photo Joe rocks.
Thank you for bringing
National
in a coffee
Day,
buddy.
baby.
We appreciate it.
It's black, but it's all right.
We're going to take a little turn.
Wait a minute. What'd you put in there? Is there cream in there? Spit. Okay.
Yeah, and shout out.
He spit in it.
And Todd, shout out to Matt Laporta from Highland.
The special blend.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I've been waiting for those bastards to ask me for coffee. It's payback.
You know what? It's Friday. I love Free for All Friday because we can get in no trouble. Management's gone.
Yeah, management isn't even here. Yeah. They leave on Friday.
Okay, what the hell? This just came up. What the hell? Okay, things are getting serious in our schools. We talk about the transgender issues, the bathroom issues. I don't know if they should do this. Okay, you're a former teacher, Lizzie, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, here, let's get your opinion. The headline, a Missouri teacher on leave after her school district discovered her OnlyFans porn page. This is in St. Clair, Missouri.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
The 28-year-old teacher at St. Clair High School, her name is Brianna Coppage, Coppage. She told the Post in an interview that she was put on leave 2 days ago after being interviewed by administrators. Her access to school email and other software was revoked. She said it was kind of like this cloud hanging over my head, like I never knew when I would be discovered. So she knew that she was doing something that might not be looked upon in a positive way from an administrative standpoint.
Brutal.
Especially if the kids knew.
Okay.
Then she said about 2 weeks ago, my husband and I were told that people were finding out about my OnlyFans porn page.
Okay.
So I knew this day was coming.
Okay.
So she knew. So she knew what would happen. And it's true. And especially if you're teaching elementary school.
High school.
Well, even high school, I guess. Yeah, because, you can't be taking body parts and putting it out there into the world, and then your student could see it.
Okay, I got to hear this from Lizzie. Go. Okay. Because seriously, this where we might diverge a little bit, but go ahead.
So, okay, as an educator, at least when I was there, you had to present yourself in a manner that you were kind of above the rest of society.
Is that a contract that you sign?
No, it's just kind of well, some schools have those contracts. Some do. That you have to present yourself in a respectable manner out into the universe, so to speak.
Okay.
And so if you do that, you can be fired. And that would be like many school districts back in the day didn't even let you have social media because they always feared these things coming up. Now most make you have social media and you have Twitter and that sort of thing. Now I know society's changed. Maybe people don't care if a third grade teacher's boobs is out there into the world.
Greg, I sent you her picture. Can you please pop that up if you know how to do that yet? Greg is learning on the job today.
Okay.
Pro Joe is trying to teach him how to do this.
Yes.
So there she is.
Right.
Well, and when you look at her, she is very attractive.
She looks like a high school girl.
She does. She looks like to me, she looks like a cute third grade teacher with her cute glasses and her cute face.
This 28-year-old teacher. I got the story from St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Yeah. So
and that's her. So she has her OnlyFans page.
Maybe it's just her feet. There's a whole thing for feet.
No, I doubt it's just her feet.
Yeah, there's a whole thing on the OnlyFans.
There's no way in hell.
There's no way you would find out who she was.
You're right. So her face has to be in.
I mean, she could name herself.
Oh, I know that right, too.
She could say her OnlyFans page could be Gorilla Feet 165 or whatever it is, and you would never know who she was. But here's the deal.
What the hell, Gorilla Feet?
So I go back to, hopefully this doesn't offend anybody. We're living.
Eric, this is cancel this.
I know.
Say whatever the hell you want.
We offend somebody every day.
I want to know what the link is for research purposes.
Good God, man. Please.
Look at Joe. See, Joe has no problem.
Go wash your soul out. That. But here's the deal. I said this like a million years ago. This is their world. We're just living in it.
That is so true.
Did you feel like you had
world?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. It is Gen Z.
Did you ever feel when you were younger that you had to really apologize to your parents, or that you were like, I need to live in their space. I need to discover what made them happy back in 1964, 1959, whenever.
Right.
Or were you like, I'm trudging forward. And if your friends or if your colleagues or if you've heard something and you had the assets, no pun intended, to have a OnlyFans page, and you're like, I can go make $20,000 a week with this thing and still work for the school district for pennies on the dollar, but I enjoy that. I enjoy the kids. I'm never going to bring this to the kids. Mm-hmm. It's not against the law. She's not selling crack or heroin. She's doing something that is legal.
Right.
If it was back in our day, Vic, it would be like the Francis Howell biology teacher working over at PT's. Mm-hmm. Would that have been a problem?
That was in the movie.
Yeah. Back then, it would have been
Varsity Blues.
Oh, well, I didn't even know.
With James Vanderbeek.
Was there a problem in the movie?
No, they liked it.
Okay, there you go.
She made money on the side.
I would say
James Vanderbeek wanted to know how a teacher on a teacher's salary could afford the convertible car that she had. They happened to go to a night at a club and they found their teacher.
Yeah.
Performing on stage.
I mean, if this lady can teach Algebra 1 to my 4-year-old and not talk about what she does on the side, I have no problem with it. Do you?
Okay. High school, 28-year-old married high school teacher.
Mm-hmm. The husband has no problem with it, apparently.
And I guarantee now that the kids found out,
boom,
her OnlyFans page has
went way up.
On my kids' lives, I've never been on an OnlyFans page in my life. I've just heard about it. I joke.
I haven't been on one either.
But man, if I could make some money,
but I get it. I get it. It's like Facebook for nudes, right?
Right.
And then it's apparently you have to pay some subscription somehow, right?
Well, and people on the chat
She's
line are
on
saying
leave.
these days they're surprised because everybody's so woke that they're surprised that they did let her go, that things are so different than it used to be. Back when I taught, you would have
It's a
been
good question,
let go.
Joanna.
But now, why did they let her go? Because people do
Well,
think
they
differently
haven't let her
about
go
it
yet.
now.
She's on leave.
I wouldn't.
Well,
I guess
would-
it's tech. I guess it's probably the
Yeah,
first
but that's
thing.
just the first thing they do.
Yeah.
It's all subjective. I mean,
Yeah,
if
they probably are firing.
I was a school teacher and I was in PRL doing what I do on the weekends is completely weird too. Don't you think? I mean, seriously.
If
I mean,
you say it in a certain
we
way,
literally, my band literally has to go into certain cities and have a PG show. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I've seen them both.
Yes.
They're different. They're different.
Well, let's break this down.
That is true.
You put wigs on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You wear tight clothes.
Yeah.
Spandex.
Well, not me so
Do
much.
you wear
But
undergarments?
the singers.
Do you wear undergarments?
Yes, I wear-
under the.
What's an undergarment?
Well, your
Underwear,
underwear.
undies.
Of course. The band isn't so bad. It's the singers. But the same thing
You put
applies.
funnels in your pants.
I don't, but there are funnels in the backstage.
You wear
area.
makeup.
I don't.
You dance around. Yeah, maybe it is weird what you do on the weekend.
It is strange, but
But
if
it's fun.
But if they can, but let's say that I worked at ICD over in Wentzville, which is a Catholic school,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Let's say I worked there,
Or
and
Garden Prairie.
Jardine Prairie. If I work there, and let's say Monsignor comes up to me and goes, "Yeah, I found out what you do on the weekend. We can't have that here."
Mhm.
Wouldn't that be a little strange?
They probably would.
Yeah.
Or is it two different things?
No,
I'm-
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But also keep in mind, she's 28. I don't know what class she teaches or
home
was
ec,
teaching.
apparently it's home ec.
Somebody said home ec.
Yeah.
Home economics.
I just
She's
thought
teaching the kids what to do once you get older, maybe.
that- Yep.
And
gotta-
and there's everybody has a dark side when you start to get older.
Yep.
Everybody has a dark and again, this is
Yeah.
look, here's the deal.
When you get older, you get
gotta
dark.
heat the oven up before you put.
Here's
meat
the
in.
deal.
And in this economy, you got to have an extra
Oh,
source of income.
this is Joe Biden's fault.
This is Joe Biden's fault.
And Glenn Thompson says if she was a
Absolutely is.
transgender, nobody would care.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
true.
If it-
Transgenders have rights too.
If she was acting like a guy on the weekends, would anybody really give a damn?
Ugh. These are all good points because it was black and white back in the day that you could not do this. Today, there's so many gray areas. I'm surprised they let her go for that. I'm surprised they didn't applaud her. Especially,
Oh, Lizzie, they wouldn't applaud her for that.
I don't know. Heck, they allow drag queens to
They
come
just
in there and
wouldn't.
they read books. What's the difference?
Well, sex pics and school books, so you've got that something. Todd says she's definitely cooking something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cooking.
Maybe if one of the kids found it, oh my God, that's Miss Jenkins or
Well,
whatever.
somebody found. Joanna said, "How did they find?" Somebody found.
Somebody
out.
found it.
Okay.
And somebody said something, and they had to recognize her because I guarantee she wasn't going by her own name. And I don't know, maybe she had kind of a school teacher aura about her. I don't know,
Well, her face screamed cute little school teacher.
with her glasses.
Yeah, it looked really cute.
Yeah.
Well, there's weird
yeah.
stuff going on in schools. I was talking to these guys.
there it
about-
is.
Yeah.
I mean, but
sweet
our-
little
our-
face.
But our friend
We got to pay our teachers more.
Kelly Mano is
Holy
the same way. She's a school teacher ish,
yeah.
and she's super famous.
By the way,
on
Kelly was
TikTok.
going to come in today, but she got sick.
Yeah, she's on TikTok,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
she
That's
somehow
true.
diverts the conversation, and she's somehow able to teach.
Yeah, but
these
she
kids.
doesn't have an OnlyFans page.
No, but she's famous on TikTok. It's kind of the same dynamic.
And some of her
No,
things,
if
like,
not, she's not going. Well, she did.
yeah, she
has
did. She
been
did a
pro-
bra commercial.
Well, she's been promoting her bra commercials, but I'm assuming the sex OnlyFans page at this teacher I was showing more than her in bra and panties.
yeah.
Republicans, conservatives have a very unique way of having these weird conversations.
And that is
Do
true.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that
These
is
don't
true.
happen in the elite liberal circles. So
Yeah.
what? She's on OnlyFans. What big deal? Moving on. Give me another Chardonnay.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I'm surprised. The schools are filled with the elite Democrats. So I'm surprised that they're not. Oh, good for her.
But there's a lot of crap going on in high schools. Eric Lizzie's going to tell us about one in
Oh.
the St. Louis area, another sex story.
Yes, there
But,
was a.
so what
yeah.
happened, Lizzie?
Okay, so in Hazelwood Central, and that's in North St. Louis County or kind of mid county, there was a teacher that fell asleep,
Mm.
and I don't know who found it.
Was that shop class?
I don't know.
They don't
I,
even have shop class anymore, but
I don't think so.
I had a teacher, Mr. Long, fell asleep in shop class one day. That was like, the dude is sleeping at his desk. I mean, he was. I guarantee it was an alcoholic.
Was he in the middle of teaching something?
No, he just. We were in a study,
Mhm.
and literally we look over, and one of the kids found out he was literally Mr. Long. God bless his soul. He was just passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
there you go.
passed
So what did you guys do while he was sleeping?
Laughed. Somebody threw a spitball. The bell eventually rang, and he kind of woke up, and we all left. It was like 20 minutes of just chaos.
that
My
stuff.
concert band teacher, I don't remember his name. Do you remember the band
I
teacher's
do know
name?
Yeah, I was in band too.
Sorry, Mr. Long.
Remember when he would have us practice scales?
Yes.
Do you know what he was doing?
He was sleeping.
No, he was having a cigarette break.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
he would
okay, that
he would
happened a
always
lot.
walk out the back, and he would have a cigarette
I never did
break.
know what he
I'm
was
sorry to
doing.
interrupt
Yeah.
you, Lizzie. So
Okay.
what were you saying now?
Well, that was a good point that you had, because look at when we were younger, so many people know teachers that fell asleep, but things are different these days. So apparently if you're a teacher and you fall asleep now,
There's video cameras.
well,
Or
and
phones.
they've got it on video what he woke up to. When he woke up to, 2 students were having intercourse. They were having sex right in the classroom. Seriously.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Teacher falls asleep at Hazelwood Central High
Yes,
School, and 2
yes.
kids are having sex in the class.
Correct. And apparently it's a 19-year-old girl.
What the hell's going on in St. Louis?
Right. And a 15-year-old boy. So the 19-year-old
Whoa. Oh, what?
Yeah.
19-year-old girl and
She
a
was a super-
15-year-old boy?
Yeah, she was a super senior apparently.
What the hell's that mean?
What's a super senior?
Meaning that you were held back once or twice.
They call you a super senior?
Apparently so.
I would call it a sub senior.
No, I mean, because they can't say flunked anymore.
Or
because that's
stupid.
not-
You can't say
You
stupid.
can't say
senior.
stupid or you flunked or even you were held back.
Welcome to the
anymore.
moron senior class.
Well,
4th hour means nothing.
nothing. Yeah,
You get to go to Denny's.
you get to go to Denny's.
Yeah.
What
oh,
the
Lord.
So what's going? When did this happen, or when did this?
Apparently
story
earlier this week, because it broke yesterday or the day before.
Gen Z is out of control.
They are out of control.
And they're not even Gen. Is there something after
And
Gen
how
Z?
did-
Yeah, what is
so
that?
That 15.
Is there anything after Gen Z, Photo Joe? I can't wait for the
Wait a
next.
minute. So if she's 19, I'm thinking about crimes. That's the first thing I'm thinking.
Well, the
Was a
19-year-old is
crime
apparently
committed in high school because you got a 19-year-old with a 15-year-old?
correct. So I think the 19-year-old
Oh.
was charged.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 19-year-old
That's
Really?
was
no.
charged.
That's why I'm thinking. Yeah, Kevin, rape. I'm wondering
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
happens because that's. Yeah,
and,
it's-
it was a girl. The oldest one, I mean, she was a 19-year-old girl.
Either way you look at it, that's statutory rape, even if it was consensual. With
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Correct,
15-year-old.
correct. And the teacher was right in the room.
I mean,
when
I'm
that
laughing about the
happened.
teacher. We're getting serious about the kids, and that's
Yeah.
But you know what? The other kids in class filming it. I mean, come on.
That's
yeah,
the
it was
deal.
filmed, apparently.
It was weird last
Yeah.
night. Do you remember
It
the
was on
last?
Instagram. If
You
you
remember
wanna
the
look it up.
last Seinfeld
It's on
episode?
what?
It was on Instagram. The film of them having.
Do you remember?
whatever.
Do you remember the
There's
last?
no way it's still there.
It's down, I think.
Well, let's find it. Do you remember the last Seinfeld episode?
No.
no,
They got arrested. Do you guys remember why they were arrested?
no.
Because they were filming a crime.
Oh,
Do you remember? And they
I
got
do
put in
remember that
jail. All
now.
3 of them got put in jail for a year because some guy was
Ugh.
getting carjacked and they were filming, laughing and hooting and hollering. So back in 1996, apparently, there was it was like he was making fun of people who don't jump in and help other people.
Yeah, you
Do you
film.
remember that?
Mhm,
you
yes.
film it?
Now,
Yes.
now these criminals are so
Bold.
brazen
Yes.
that they literally will go into an iPhone store, which is just underneath a Maserati store,
Ugh.
and they will film themselves taking all the iPhones out. And if they don't do it,
Yeah.
it's like opportunity lost. They could have been famous.
I know, but this is at school.
It's the same
A
thing.
teacher sleeping
It doesn't
and
matter.
a 19-year-old girl is having sex with a 15-year-old boy in Hazelwood Central High School.
Yeah.
The cameras on the phones
Ugh.
are making it worse.
Oh, for sure.
The cameras
for sure.
on the phones are desensitizing our kids to a point where they're trying to figure out what they can't do. And the verdict is in, gentlemen and lady. They can do anything they want to do.
So are you saying back in your day, if you had
Back in
cameras on
my
your phone,
day.
you would have broke the internet?
No, we were conservative. We really were.
Yeah, we really didn't do anything.
We were
that bad.
wimps. We would climb a water tower
I
every
was-
now and then.
yeah,
that
I
was
was a-
about it.
Me and my friends, the same thing.
We would
We're a good boy.
Yeah.
And we TP'd and stuff.
our cops, when we would have a kegger back in our day, and
Yeah.
that's what we called it, a
We
kegger.
called it a kegger.
Remember the keggers?
I do remember them. Been to many.
When we would go to the kegger Photo Joe, we would have a 6-pack of beer that we would beg some 21-year-old kid to buy for us. We would wait at the Quick Trip or the Hucks or whatever that was. And we would say, can you please buy us a beer? Yeah, fine, here. Boom. When the cops would see us with the beer back then at 16 years old, they'd say, kids, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Pour this stuff out and get out of my face.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? That was our life.
That was our life. They would literally just say, here, pour it out. And a lot of the times they even knew our parents, and he'd be like, don't make me tell your parents. So just
don't make me tell your parents. That's exactly right.
Tell your parents.
That's
right. Say that.
So Lizzie, is there any word, was this teacher at Hazelwood Central fired?
You know what? I can't find
and
whether
should
they were
this
fired
teacher
or not.
and should
reprimanded is what I saw.
I don't think a
put on
teacher
leave.
should be fired for falling asleep.
Well, it just
give
depends.
a teacher one chance. You don't know if there's a medical condition.
I don't think you should fire a teacher for falling asleep
The
either.
cupcake's messing with everybody.
Happened. That's right. The cupcake is messing with everybody. You know what the thing of it is those parents are going to sue now the school. So they're going to have no choice. I mean, I don't know that. That's just a guess. I didn't see anything about a lawsuit, but that's what's going to happen. That's what fuels our schools today is the fear of getting sued.
Yeah. Then the next shoe to drop, and this is going to be the saddest shoe of all time. What's going to happen when Chicago literally looks like East St. Louis?
Right.
What's going to happen when all the pizza joints close shop?
Oh,
what's going to happen when the Miracle Mile is going to close shop? What's going to happen when all the restaurants on top of the buildings close shop? Wow.
And it's getting close because at all of the riots that happened, there were some stores that didn't reopen after that.
Damn. I'm sorry, guys. And Todd says New York too, to your point, Eric. Chris says, oh, hell yes, they should fire that teacher for negligence.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, but what can a teacher do these days without getting their ass kicked?
It's hard to be a teacher. It's like a police officer, too. It's like teachers that used to be able to get by with whatever. Now they're scrutinized so much, unless you're talking about critical race theory.
How did we get to a point in this country? By the way, Elon Musk went to the border.
Yeah. We
Kamala Harris didn't. But I'm just saying.
Neither did Joe Biden.
And it kind of squirrels into all this.
It does squirrel into all this. Is the border.
How in the world does crime, if you're a criminal, you are now the one that we are protecting. But if you are trying to protect against criminals, you are now the criminal.
Of course.
How in the world
what is good will be taught to be bad, and what is bad will be taught to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Those are end times.
This is biblical stuff, and it drives me
biblical.
nuts.
That is in the Bible.
Friday, but Eric, because you don't want to listen to it, I get it.
I do want to listen to it. I have all kinds of Bible study questions that I would love to have answered. I feel like I'm in search of. I'm like Nimoy. Remember the old show In Search of?
In Search of by Eric Johnson.
I'm always trying to figure out the mysteries of the Bible, but that is one of them. What is good is bad, and bad is good.
Well, our society is just
it's completely upside down.
It's dirty.
But this is
dirty.
So, do you feel like this is the first election coming up? And there's a lot of elections that are piling up that are coming up. Do you think this is the first election? And I know Vic won a bet with me several years ago, but that this is the people of the United States' last opportunity to vote these ridiculous numbnuts out of office and actually have, what's the word I'm looking for? Because you got to round up all of these criminals. You got to prosecute all these criminals. You probably got to get more judges to get all these criminals and put their asses in jail.
All right. Eric.
Is this the last opportunity?
Yeah.
Is this it?
And here's the problem, Eric.
Yeah.
Everybody in this country knows that Donald Trump would win a fair election. I still don't trust the election process. I don't see how Donald Trump is our next president, even though he is by far the best qualified. I can't put my finger on it. It is a conspiracy theory, free for all Friday, but I don't see how the powers that be would ever let this man take office, which leads to a bunch of freaking problems that could happen in our society and people rioting and all kinds of nuttiness, because there is no way in hell Joe Biden will be back in office. I still say he's not running for office, and that it's going to be somebody else, or something will happen that won't allow us to have an election, or something coming up, Eric. It's a Friday, so I can go off the reservation here a little bit.
Okay.
Well, and Eric is totally right.
Because Trump upset the apple cart
Yeah,
so
he
much
did.
the first time around. And there's such a fight. There's such a mission to keep this man from running that God knows what's going to happen if he is running.
It's a true story. Man, yesterday I was watching the impeachment stuff, and I thought that the Republicans were going to bring the House. I thought that it was going to be Tom Brady versus Neil Lomax, but it was not.
Of course
It was not. It was.
It's because Gates is worried about, are you paying influencers to come after me?
It was not the House.
Matt, go fix your hair. Stop it.
It's just all political.
Stop
theater.
whining.
The House yesterday brought circumstantial evidence that makes anybody look at Joe Biden as a career criminal, but they're right. Look, I'm an equal
Eric,
opportunity person around here.
They can't bring charges.
I'm not talking about bringing charges, but they should have come out with so many documents, Lizzie, yesterday. They should have been like, let's go over document 1. Oh, look at that. There's an email saying Hunter Biden just put look, there's Joe Biden's bank account right there. Oh, let's go document number 2, China. Oh, look, China put this right in this account. It went here, it went here. Oh, look, Joe Biden has a brand new Corvette. Let's go to document. They didn't do any of that.
Yeah, that's so crap.
They let him off the hook. I'm telling you.
It's on purpose.
Vic,
Yeah, it is on
Vic.
purpose.
If they don't put a noose around this whole impeachment thing's neck and kill it, it's not going to happen.
Who's they?
The committee. The committee.
Oh, you mean the Republican Oversight
Yes,
Committee?
sir. Yes, sir. You can bring all the circumstantial evidence against someone you won. This isn't a court of law. This isn't a court of law. So if you bring circumstantial evidence, and you can maybe whittle away at Joe Biden, and you can have campaign ads saying this is the career criminal, but he's not going to get tried for it. He's not going to get impeached.
The DOJ is refusing to do anything.
Exactly.
The FBI
Such
is
a
refusing
joke.
to do anything. It's all for the American public. That's what this is for. That's why it comes down to an election. But at the same point in time, Eric, I still think there's no way in hell these liberal Democrats are going to allow Joe Biden to run for office.
We don't want. Okay, let me say this.
No,
let me just say this.
It's not happening.
Listen, I'll just say it slowly.
He can't even find his way off a stage.
I'm going to say it like Vic did.
All right.
There you go.
We don't want Joe Biden to be impeached.
No, we don't.
We don't want Joe Biden to have a vote come up on the House floor. We want the circumstantial evidence to be laid out so clearly that they can use it in a campaign ad.
Yes.
But we want to let Joe Biden stay there. He's a firewall against Kamala Harris.
But Eric, you're not going to be running campaign ads against Biden. You're going to be running campaign ads against Michael. Michelle.
Here we go.
Or Gavin Newsom.
Now you went too far afield.
No, I really do think Michael.
It's a Friday.
I do think Michael. They're going to prop up Michael somehow.
Who's Michael?
Obama.
Michael Obama.
No.
Where's Scotty Gherkin when I need him?
Stop it. You know.
You know who it is.
Hey, the
Michael
only
Obama.
reason I call Michelle Obama Michael is because his husband, her husband calls.
Very nice. Well played.
Eric, if the husband calls his spouse by a certain name, wouldn't you call the spouse by that name?
Like at least 3 times he's called him
Brock
Michael.
has called his spouse Michael 3 times.
Okay. Well, you know,
And
So
his-
I don't
and-
know
and
what
his
to call it.
And Eric, his boyfriend in college, his name was Michael, and Michael looks exactly like Michelle. So
Yeah.
Michelle equals Michael.
So that's,
I guess the only,
who you're going to have to try to campaign.
the only
against,
problem I
Michael
would
Bolton.
have, if that came out tomorrow, I'd be like, if they go, we have something to tell everybody.
It's not coming out.
It will in our lifetime.
What's not coming out?
It may fall out.
It's been tucked
You got
under.
a funnel for him.
It may
Yeah.
fall out.
It falls.
If Barack came out tomorrow, go, well, me and we have a little bit of a story to tell you.
Oh dear God!
This
It
is a
Friday.
very beautiful man.
Sure.
Dun dun dun, and then the music came on. I would not care.
Most people now
I would
wouldn't
be like,
care.
oh, wow,
That's not the
look,
point.
transgender chick, okay, whatever.
I know that's not the.
I wouldn't give a damn. And
Knock
I would,
off
and
your
I
penis.
think. Here, and if you want to fly me to Obama's house right now, you can do that. I would.
You don't
want to
go there.
advice.
Don't stay long and don't paddleboard.
I'd give him some.
Yeah.
I
You're
know,
going to have
really.
a bad
No, I would-
swimming accident.
I would go there bearing good news. I would say if you did that, if you had 40% of the people supporting you, tomorrow you would have 60% of the people supporting you. I think the numbers would actually go up. I think they would. I think there would people like Lizzie and myself and you would be like, oh my God, how dare they lie to us for all these years? But in reality, the people of this country have shown that they are way more amenable to this stuff than we think they are.
Eric?
As a matter of fact, you're the one that taught me that.
Yeah, Eric. Shay says if you go to Obama's house, he'll leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Man, dude, now this went weird.
I mean, that's what
I know
Larry.
it's- I know
that's
it's
what
weird.
Tucker asked Larry Sinclair when Larry
Yes,
Sinclair
and that
was
totally
talking
is
about
the
their
thing.
sexual escapades together.
And that is totally
That's
why
not cancel this.
I'd be like,
That's-
in
I'd
our lifetime we're going to hear that he really is Michael.
Would you rather hear? Let me ask you this: would you
I'm
rather
sorry,
hear?
Jeannie, I know.
Would you
I'm
rather
sorry.
hear confirmation that Michelle is Michael or UFOs exist? Which one?
I don't care.
That Michelle is Michael. 100%.
That is not true.
100%.
No, that is not
Because-
true.
I could care less about UFOs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of with you on that, I think, Vic. I don't care if UFOs, because really UFOs do exist. It's the aliens that we don't know about, because of course there's UFOs. It's unidentified flying
It'll
objects.
vindicate Joan Rivers.
There you go. But I do care, but I may be the minority. I do care that there's been a fraud put on us the whole time when many of us already knew about it. So
That's a
did
problem.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
That's my thing. And they've done it strategically. This has been on purpose. They did it like this, knowing that they can bring it out a little bit, bring it out a little bit, and bring it out a little bit with the story. And then in the end, we are very intolerant if we don't think it's okay that all this time he was a man. So
I
all
think
of a sudden in our lifetime, it's going to come out. And if
Yeah.
you care, Eric, then you're a racist and a xenophobe and a homo,
We got to stop that.
a homo
No.
hater.
We got to stop that.
Does that attract? You're a homo. Oh my God, Lizzie.
I meant a homophobe. I'm not saying you
Come on now.
are,
Come on
but
now.
that's what they're going to say.
I don't care about that stuff anymore. They can say whatever they want. But the thing is this.
Oh, Joan's still alive, Susan? It is a free-for-all conspiracy.
People
theory.
do
Apparently,
say
it's
that.
apparently
I
it's
have
going to
never
come
heard
out that apparently it's going to come out that what's his name? The guy
Joan.
the guy that was
Where's this?
choked and died, and then the whole Minneapolis went. What was his name? George Floyd is alive as well.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
With
Okay.
Joan?
Joan is with him.
No, Joan.
Joan's.
died.
So Joan. There's no way.
No, Joan got a little too much.
Truth bombs coming out.
I think so. That was
Yeah.
anyway, here's the deal. Before Obama, there was a protocol to every president before Obama. Check it out. It was
Here
red.
we go.
It
I
was,
got to get close to.
it was red, white, and blue.
All right.
It was military first.
Yep.
It was we're badasses. You will lose if you come at us. The second that Obama got into office, it was we're red, white, and blue, pink, green, purple, yellow, and orange.
First president to light up the house.
First person to light up the house. I think that was the beginning of them looking at the steak and tenderizing it. Tick, 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 tick. They have to chop into the American people's psyche first. They got to look at what happened to Ellen DeGeneres and
Mhm.
say, we have got to be strategic about this. So they started there. They continued on with LGBTQ. They added the AI and then the plus.
Mhm.
They have now demonized people who don't look at
QIA+.
Yes, they don't look at people anymore. If you think an LGBTQAI in schools is a bad thing, like Leslie said, you're racist.
Mhm.
I think it was a big tenderizing
I
operation.
agree.
And at some point, they're going to go, we have something to tell you.
Mhm.
And it's going to come out on Drew Barrymore's show.
It probably
And
is.
Drew Barrymore is going to be sitting there with Ellen DeGeneres.
crying.
She's going to be sitting there with
Ellen's not gonna
Joy
get to do
Reid.
TV anymore.
She's going to be sitting there with, and there's going to be this
Mhm.
forum, and they're going to walk Michael out,
Yep.
and Michael and Michelle will be there for an hour-long meet and greet.
Mhm.
The people of the country will go, oh my God, how courageous.
Yes.
And then they
yes.
will say, that's why we're going to have Michelle's running Michael. I'm sorry, now I have to call you Michael.
Yes.
Michael's running for president.
Mhm.
That's the only scenario that I can see this working.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no, she's a chick.
Don't you think something sinister is going on at
Yes.
the highest levels of government?
Oh, of
Yes, because
course.
you don't let millions
Yes.
of people invade your country and call it a humanitarian operation.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing humanitarian about a
it.
2-month-old baby being left in the damn desert
And
to
that
be
was-
found.
And that happened yesterday.
Yes. That is so.
So there's nothing humanitarian about it.
Nothing.
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 As a
And-
matter of fact, that's a crime.
It is a crime, and nobody cares. Kamala has never gone to the border, and nobody cares. Well, actually, they do care. They do care because they're doing it on purpose and acting like they're just incompetent. And a lot of them are incompetent, but they're doing it on purpose because they're invading our country because they're going to change it the whole infrastructure of everything we've ever been.
There's a lot of bad going on. We know
A lot of bad.
There's a lot of crazy going on.
There is, and we get it.
It's not by chance.
It's not. And just for the record, I don't think that Michelle is a dude.
I know you're on the record of saying that.
Just on the record, I think that Michelle is a Michelle. I mean,
I'm still questioning.
I don't think there's any way that I don't think you could hide that long. There's no way.
Yes, you could.
There's
I think you
no
could.
way, guys.
You guys will be seeing that they're going to come out that he is a man.
As a matter of fact, I don't think she likes Barack very much. If you ever see her interviews with the girls, like she does these things where it's like wine with her friends or something like that.
She makes comments.
Yeah, she bashes him a lot.
Oh my God, I can't believe I did this. She doesn't seem like she's digging the lifestyle.
Susan says, "Sorry, Eric. Michael is a man."
Michael is a man.
Okay, well, you guys are entitled
Positive.
to your opinion. I don't.
Well, you can't find it anymore, but it used to be that you could Google this in, and you could literally find Barack Obama's boyfriend, and his name was Michael. And they have a lot of that shut down now. But about a decade ago, you could, and I saw it, and literally they look exactly the same.
What?
Damn.
All you
Oh, damn.
Swifties.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the aliens are coming.
I tell you what, another thing is
we'll get into that.
Taylor Swift could bring Michael on tour with her. And then, I'm telling you, they do have all the right friends and all the right places.
They do. You're absolutely
I get
right.
it.
But
yeah,
I get it. And I always
there's a plan, and it's done on purpose, and it's all about messaging, media, and influence to do what we need to do.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It seems like, man, you guys are putting a lot of effort into LGBTQ stuff. Why don't you put some effort into 80s hairband dudes?
Right, they don't care.
Why can't we have 80s hairband in high schools? And
National Coffee Day. There should be a National 80s hairband day.
Why are you guys playing Skid Row? I'm offended.
Right.
You are the Youth Gone Wild.
That's right.
He's gone wild.
Of course
Eric
you are.
Youth Gone Old.
It's all crap, according to Paul. By the way, this is canceled. This is canceltheshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Eric Johnson's here, Pro Joe in the house, Greg, learning our computer system.
He's done a good job. I'm not going to lie.
So far, so good. But we're gonna test him here in just a little bit.
Oh, good. We're going to test you, Greg.
By the way, Eric, you brought up, I wanted to show it. Elon Musk was at the border, and whoever would have thought that Elon Musk would be spending more time at the border than Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, even Merrick Garland, and Elon. We'll save you 15 minutes of sound. I listened to the entire thing, but Elon has turned into a damn feature reporter at the border. Elon talking with sheriffs all over the border.
I think it's a great thing because nobody else is covering this, and who better to bring it to everybody's attention than this guy?
Yeah, and so what he has here, and what he did was he talked with several sheriffs around the border, and they're talking about their experiences. And Robert, I know you think he's a tool, but at the same point in time, Robert, at least he's effing there.
Yeah, because
talking about it, and I don't care if you want to say, "Oh, it's a shit show," and it's a show. Robert, at least he's freaking there. The president isn't.
Yeah, no doubt.
Kamala's not.
No doubt.
Democrats aren't bringing attention to it. And what these sheriffs are talking about is how the illegals come in, no regard, how they're coming in using the train system as well, how they know exactly when the trains stop, how to get the trains to stop, how to use it to go to different places, how they're talking about going to Chicago and Denver. Those are the two big places that they're hearing that illegals are wanting to go to now. There's all those sanctuary cities. New York's telling people don't come there now after their governor, who's a hypocrite, said, "Come, we'll welcome you." Now,
no, this is worse.
So Elon is at least there.
Yeah.
I credit him, and I don't care if Elon's trying to do this for whatever reason. At least he's there dealing with the worst thing that's happening in the United States right now.
This is worse than that. This is now you talk about the dark
it's freaking Elon Musk.
You talk about the dark underbelly.
Richest people in the world is at the border.
Yeah. So it's just an attention thing. I disagree with, was it Peter?
Robert.
Robert
says he's a tool.
I disagree with Robert. I think I'll get to Elon first, but this is a shock and awe campaign is what it is. If this was 100,000 people coming over the border, we could nationally round them up, take them back to their country of origin, and it wouldn't be that expensive. Now, whatever administration comes in next, let's say it's like we're building a 8,000-foot wall. We're going to do this legally. Their next job is to round all these people up and say, you're out of here until you come in legally.
Yeah.
That's the next administration.
And good luck.
And it's 2 million people just this year.
And counting.
And counting. And what do you do with that?
10,000 more just yesterday that we know about.
Yeah. So how many airplanes, how many C-130s do you have to bring people back to their country of origin? It's so the shock and awe is not necessarily, okay, borders closed. Now you got 40 million maybe illegal people in this country at this point.
Yeah. And how do you find them?
How do you find them?
Yeah, how do you?
Here's what it's
going to be your street show. And I agree with Cindy once that funding comes in.
Yeah, we do need to have Eric on the street doing that. We need to send him down to the border. Eric would be great down at the border, really telling the truth and the way Eric.
But the truth is already being told. Here's one thing I'm so pissed off about. They have razor wire there for a reason, right? It's look, guys, if you come here, you're going to get cut up. Don't bring your kids through the razor wire. Don't cross the border. We're protecting ourselves. So they go and do that. And I think that was the Texas Highway Patrol that did that stuff, or whoever.
It was the state of Texas. Governor Abbott had it in place. It's a deterrent to keep illegals out from coming into the state of Texas.
And the Border Patrol should have been like, thanks, guys. We wish we could have done it ourselves. We just can't. So then these illegal immigrants come up onto our side of the country. And they basically cut the damn razor wire for all of these illegals to come up through. And I'm like, what are you doing, dumbass?
It was a Biden decision because he said it was going to hurt a certain species and they couldn't have that down. Then Abbott put it back out. So they're trying to keep it back out.
Here's another thing that you need to hope works.
Which is why nobody could ever vote for a Joe Biden.
Joe's he's a tool. He's an empty suit. Don't worry about Joe.
He gone.
Here's the deal. What they said is the area of that river where they're putting up the buoy system is working 100%. Did you hear Greg Abbott last night?
No.
He said if we win this challenge in the court, we're going to put it all along the Texas border. There will be the Rio Grande will have this orange like bobbers all the way down the river, which statistically is working 100%. So the Trump wall, which was going to be beautiful, it was going to be a thing to not try to cross. It would be impervious, I think, is now going to be a 1,000-mile razor wire border with basically orange buoys bobbing around in the river.
Well,
that's what the border wall is going to look like.
We're describing somewhat end times, things of that nature, how bad that, because 15, 20 years ago, we could have never imagined where we are now. But what's interesting, I saw this story come out of Hollywood directors claiming that former President Barack Obama, quote, scared the, quote, fuck out of me when the world leader sent tips to him on directing an upcoming disaster movie. Okay. Director Sam Ishmael, who has directed TV shows like Mr. Robot and Homecoming, said that Obama sent him script notes for the upcoming Netflix film Leave the World Behind. This is an adaptation from author Ruman Alam's 2020 novel. Now, according to this director, he said Obama was able to ground the director over his early version of the film script, citing experience with real world events. Now, that Obama claimed that some elements in Ishmael's script were off by a few details. But here's where it gets interesting. Julia Roberts is in it, Ethan Hawke. They're on vacation when a world-ending disaster threatens humanity's existence. Okay. So this is going to premiere on Netflix in December. Of course, it's all fiction, right? But in the original drafts of the script, Ishmael says, I definitely pushed things a lot farther than they were in the film. And President Obama, having the experience he does, was able to ground me a little bit on how things might unfold in reality, as if he had some sort of knowledge. He says, I'm writing what I think is fiction for the most part. I'm trying to keep it as true as life as possible, but I'm also exaggerating and dramatizing And he says, to hear an ex-president say, you're off by a few details, I thought I was off by a lot. Meaning that Obama saying, well, you're pretty close. There's a couple details that you're going to need to get right. The fact that he said that scared the fuck out of me is the exact quote.
How did he even get that close to the pin?
Ishmael said that Obama had a lot of notes about the characters and the empathy we would have for them. He also added his impression that the former president is a big movie lover.
Yes.
Who used his knowledge in his books, whatever. He said that Obama, quote, wasn't just giving notes about things that were from his background. He was giving notes also as a fan. But he said to think that he was close to the ending of the world from Obama's standpoint scared him.
Sometimes art imitates life.
Yes, and it does seem a lot of what Hollywood has done, we're now seeing played out right in front of our faces.
It is weird.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like the Seinfeld thing I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Who knew that 25, 30 years later, people would be filming crimes?
Right.
And it would be okay.
Aaron says it's because Obama and the rest of the World Economic Forum is already planning a massive population kill-off.
They are. They're in the process of doing that now with the thing in the arm. They are.
What thing in the arm?
You know, the
jab?
poison, the jab.
Jessica says intentional human digression.
For sure. Well, look at our society is digressing in their behavior and how they act and how people, they're just so uncivilized.
I think you got to be careful with that stuff. I don't think it's that.
It's a Friday.
I understand, but I think I hear a lot of people like Tabitha was always way into that stuff. And I'm like, man, sometimes I know where you're going with it. Sometimes it's an ideology thing.
I agree. It's all ideology.
If you just killed off the sentiment of how the United States think it's the biggest, the baddest, the best, and you bring in all these illegal immigrants in, you could kill off what they consider white racism, which is a massive sin to them. We could readjust the temperature here in this country and make it how we want to make it. I think it's more that. And I do agree with the New World Order thing where it's like one currency makes them a lot richer and make us a lot poorer. I do agree with that. I just think it's something in between. I don't think it's end of world times. It's just end of the greatest country in the world that's ever been created times.
Correct. That's kind of huge, though.
What's after? What comes after that?
So what happens
to be honest with you, I think they want to make, and this is documented, they want to make Europe and the United States and Saudi Arabia, if they can, the Middle East, whatever countries they can gather up what they can. It looks like India is coming, kicking and screaming. It doesn't seem like they want to really be a part of this whole New World Order thing. China definitely doesn't want to be. Russia definitely doesn't want to be. They're trying to get these BRICS countries to say, screw that. We don't want what's coming down the pike, so we're going to create our own thing. So they're making this BRICS thing. The U.S. dollar is being intentionally collapsed. You can tell it with the interest rates, with the inflation, blah, 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 with throwing trillions of these little worthless dollars into the economy. We get what you're trying to do. You don't even have to lie about it anymore.
Yeah, they make it so obvious.
Well, you're big into AI. Look at the robots. Look at the AI. It will replace us.
And maybe they'll do a better job. Maybe they'll fill the potholes.
They just might.
Maybe AI would definitely be a better mayor than Tashara Jones. I'll tell you that right now. There's no doubt about it. AI would. What are the problems? Yeah, can you figure out how to solve crime? Yeah, done. It would be that fast. As a matter of fact, that was too slow.
Jessica says, I think it's all intentional to rush in martial law, rewrite control commandments. And this is what I was getting at a little earlier, not to freak anybody out. Oh, Vic's lost his mind. Yes, it's a Friday. He doesn't believe what he's saying. Part of me does believe this. I don't see any way in hell how the deep state, who Donald Trump talked about the other night and his UAW address, literally talking about the deep state that's after him. This isn't a conspiracy thing. This is what Donald Trump talks about publicly, how the deep state is doing everything they can to keep him from office. That's why I don't think there's any way in hell that they will allow him. Something will happen. Something to not allow a Donald
So you think
Trump.
he's going to become
Because he
Diane
will-
Feinstein?
Because this time, if he was in office, he will unleash
Yes,
the information. He will unleash the gates.
he will.
Those gates will come open.
But
And they don't want
boy,
that.
it seems to me like being the president of the United States, you know where they are already. And he hasn't released
He
any
may.
information.
Yeah, but he needs to be back there.
Does he?
Yes.
Yes.
I think he needs to have
100%.
that.
There's nobody else that could do what we need done to save this country. Or you're right, Eric. We're going to end up just like every other country, and we're very close. We're very close to that right now. And if Trump doesn't get in for whatever reason, and I think the only way he wouldn't get is if they cheat again, just like
Do you
they
think
did
that?
in
Do
2020.
you? I always think about this every day. Do you think that the deep state, whatever that is, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, and I like it that way. Do you think the deep state were like, we are on our way to doing this? This is working.
Yes.
And there's this little punk ass kid named Hunter Biden that's screwing it all up.
Yes. I think they're saying that behind the doors at the
Well,
World
Trump's
Economic
screwing it up,
Forum
too.
meetings. Yeah. Trump.
Ah, yes,
Uh-huh.
he is.
Yeah. I
True
think there's
story.
conversations
Yeah.
like that, Eric.
Yeah.
I really do.
Do you think that the powers would be like, what are we going to do with this Hunter Biden kid?
Yeah.
Are we going? He's a crack addict for now. Just leave it because this crack addict kid that needs a lot of help, and we'll figure it out on the other side. Yeah, but they found a bank account or two. God dang it!
You just have to be careful about who you trust. The media. We've talked a lot about Fox.
Oh no, you can't trust.
Can you
me.
pop up the picture of Dana Perino? Dana
Oh.
Perino. These debates. That's why you should not even watch any of these debates.
Right. As soon as you knew that
You
Dana
don't-
Perino was the one
Did
of the
I
people
not
up
say
there?
yesterday that the questions reminded me of left wing?
Yes. Yes. But she is
And-
a lefty.
You
and
have to
now-
play the card that way, though, Vic. You
and
have
now,
to.
and okay,
You have to.
but here's the. I want you to.
It's like when you go into a gym. Are you going to
But
go over to the
that's-
5-pound weights, or are you going to go over to the 50-pound weights? As
No,
two
but
girls.
Eric, here's the problem. Dana Perino, who is allegedly a conservative, works.
Oh, no.
not
works.
allegedly, she is.
No.
Eric, I'm going to tell you why I say allegedly.
Okay.
Works
Okay.
with Fox News.
Yes.
Hosted an event
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
with Hillary Clinton
Yeah.
and called her. I'm looking for the quote again.
What year was this?
The great Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
The great or incredible Hillary Clinton. Something, and it goes more than her just worried about her personal health.
Right.
Hey, she went overboard to promote Hillary Clinton. Fox loses. I know they tell the stories that we need to be told, but Eric, you can't have Dana Perino, who's had the jobs that she has had.
Mhm.
I mean, she was the White House press secretary for George Bush,
Yeah.
for God's sakes.
We know
doing-
how George Bush is.
And then she was a moderator the other night,
Mm-hmm.
and she called Hillary Clinton the amazing Hillary Clinton when she hosted a panel at the Clinton Foundation Gala.
When was this? What
It was
day?
a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
damn.
recent. It was recent.
Damn.
It was a week ago, literally just a week
All
ago.
right.
I
Fox's
always
Dana
thought she was.
Perino, the amazing Hillary. She should be fired from Fox right now.
Yep.
Fox knows damn well
Yeah.
what she's doing. And why would Dana Perino? You don't have to call Hillary Clinton amazing if you were forced to do this or getting paid a ton of money and you just don't care about your ideals and morals and you're a fake Republican, fine. But you don't have to call her amazing.
Well, I think if I was
Dana Perino is out. That is horrible.
well,
But
then
they
you got
know
to say
that
the
about
same thing
her.
about Trump. I'm sorry.
Why?
Got to say this because Trump went to their wedding.
That was a different
Or
time.
they came to his.
That was
wedding.
before he was president.
Okay.
That was many years ago.
So
He was friends with all these Democrats who turned their backs on him. This is a
is that
different
not
time.
even worse?
No, because now he's fighting them and she is all over Donald Trump. Every moment she gets, she tries.
But if
to
you're a
get rid of him.
reporter, isn't it? We talk about this on this show every single time I'm on here. Isn't it a reporter's job to be as down the center as you possibly can?
she's not a
And I
reporter.
understand the
She's
one
a-
word.
She's a host. She's a Fox contributor. She's a registered Republican who's calling Hillary Clinton amazing.
But George
And she accepted money
but George
to go
W.
host that event for Democrats. That has nothing to do with being a
But
reporter.
George W. Bush likes the Clintons,
Yeah, and he likes Michelle and Michael.
and she was a.
And don't you know about George W. Bush and his family and all the
I
dirt?
don't.
Yeah, George
Oh.
W.
I don't.
Bush.
I know
is-
the theories.
We did a big breakdown on that a couple Fridays ago.
Yeah,
too.
George
So-
W. Bush is big friends with Obama's stepdad.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're all like this. They're all like that.
And there's pictures, and we.
But
got
these
that.
people, they are in the same circles in Washington, D.C.
They are.
And they've known each other for many years. And the Clinton Initiative can have a project that they're working on about bringing books to North
You
Africa
have
or
no
whatever.
problem
it
with
is.
Dana Perino calling Hillary Clinton the amazing Hillary.
She is amazing.
Eric.
I'll say it myself. Hillary Clinton is amazing. She is living as the top of the liberal game right now. Am I lying? What football team do you hate that is doing really well?
I just saw Vic's face just short.
I know he
circuit.
about threw up. And so
Because I love Eric, and he is so damn.
she
smart,
is
and
amazing.
Eric.
I cannot stand.
Oh,
I cannot stand Colin Kaepernick. But if he was the quarterback and he was winning Super Bowls, like damn, dude's amazing. He's
when
he's
did
an amazing
Hillary
quarterback.
Clinton win Super Bowls?
So the
She's
Clinton.
evil.
equivalent.
We'll give you that. She
So-
is amazing. And
So
evil
you
at the
have
same
got to
time.
give props to the other side, just like you're giving props to your side. You have got to be able to say Sammy Sosa was an ass-kicking
So
baseball
Hillary's been
player.
amazing at eliminating her competition
Yep,
and eliminating people who know things about her.
yep.
That's not how Dana meant amazing.
She meant it like this. On the
She was
on the,
smiling like the amazing, like you're so accomplished.
on the liberal side, it doesn't get bigger than Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. That's it. On the Democrat side, I challenge you to tell me, besides the people behind the closed doors that we don't know about, who's bigger? And the clock is ticking.
Did you do shrooms today?
No. Don't look at me like that. That scared the crap out of me just then. Come on, man.
Give
the
You know
look
I'm
of
telling
look.
you the truth.
I think this is bigger. I think because you like Fox News so much.
No,
Okay.
no, because I would die.
Dana Perino thinks she's amazing, and you don't say that. You don't even accept that job as a
Yes, you
down
do.
the middle reporter.
Do you think
down the middle
what?
anchor?
Yes,
I'm going to go
Yes, you
introduce
do.
Hillary Clinton at the Clinton Foundation Gala.
I get it. It's the
Dana
optics.
Perino?
I get it.
The optics are
The optics
awful.
are horrible.
Am I losing my mind?
Get it. But if you saw Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa at a restaurant, a Cubs baseball player and a Cardinal baseball player, and they were talking and they were having a good time, Cardinal fans would be out of their mind. What
No,
are you
they,
doing?
They were friends during the home run competition.
Oh. I
Okay,
don't
that was
know.
a bad example, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that Hillary Clinton is one of the most evil, vile human beings. And all I have to say is one word: Benghazi. So out of my mouth, I could never say
Okay.
she was amazing.
Now you're
other
making
than
a good point.
other than the fact that she's amazing at allowing our own troops to be murdered. She's amazing at living with a man who is just as evil, and she doesn't care, and he cheats on her and
Yeah.
embarrassed the hell out of her.
Just leave me out of this.
And so Dana Perino, I think a lot of our listeners and a lot of people have always wondered if she is a centrist, and that's fine. That's fine to be a centrist, but she pretends to be right of center and be a Republican, and then she goes and
Mhm.
basically all but globs all over Hillary's
The
face.
one
with
person she
kisses.
could not go support.
Yeah, and she
Hillary
did.
Clinton as a
But now
female.
we know about Dana.
Okay, somebody do some research, and if you guys won't, I will. I'll get our
Oh,
friend
yeah, the
Elliot
fake-
Davis
the fake
immediately
I would
because we
love-
paid for it.
The
Yeah,
fake
I would love
Russian
to have Elliot on
dossier.
here.
Great point, Glenn. It goes all the way back to Hillary Clinton. That's a fact.
Dude, that is some gangster stuff.
Gangster.
That's some gangster stuff.
Gangster.
So if these guys, Tom Brady's playing with flattened balls, that was her flattening her balls.
Yeah,
that's-
she totally
Well, that's
flattened
because
her balls.
That's
She did flatten her balls. That
well,
is a
that's
good
because-
analogy.
Well, you know
that was flattening the balls.
It
Is
was
what it
flattening
was.
the
The
balls.
NFL
Vic.
is fixed. You know that,
Vic,
right?
you know that's what I'm talking about. You get it, man. It was like I can beat this guy, but I'm going to flatten the balls a little bit. It was she pulled a Tom Brady.
It's the only
pulled the Tom
time.
Brady.
It's the only time where flat balls were a good thing, Eric.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Unless you want to relax out on the deck. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
have
I don't
no
want to know
idea.
where that's going.
Stop looking at me like that, Photo Joe.
I
Damn
don't
it.
know. I don't know. Aaron's saying that she flattened Bill's balls. So there you go.
Yikes.
Oh,
Balls.
Mhm.
that just
Mhm.
sounds bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That gave
it's
me-
the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah, that gave me chills.
Yeah.
Bad chills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know all the things that they know that we don't know.
I would too.
I would
Wow.
love
too.
that so bad.
Yeah.
There's a
Mhm.
lot.
It's like when I first got into the music scene, and I was like, I would love to know what rock stars see behind the curtain. And then when I found out, I was like, damn.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. I would like to hear all the closed doors
Backstage?
conversations.
Yeah.
I would at the World Economic Forum. Or I would really love to hear Hillary talking about what she really thinks of Bill, and she stayed with him.
She can't stand him.
No, she can't, and that just
And he
shows
can't
you.
stand her.
No, and that just shows you they only stayed together.
And that's
for
why he
political
went to
reasons.
he went to Epstein Island, was to have a little fun.
There you go. And he was on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
And don't you guys ever wonder?
And she didn't give a damn because she was probably discovering her bisexuality. I don't know. Who cares? But it's like it's boy, I think I just short circuited Lizzie's brain right there.
Well, I just was thinking I care only because of nobody. Think about Epstein Island. That's where my brain went.
Yeah.
Is somebody is in jail for being accessory to this, but yet no one has been arrested for that.
Yep.
None
Well,
of these pedophiles.
Media won't cover it.
Do you ever think
Right.
you should do a show here on Cancel This about the dynamics of having so much money that you never even have to, that you can just do whatever you want?
Yeah.
And the dynamics of waking up like that every single morning about going, I literally have close to $1 billion in a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
What should we do today?
Yeah.
And then getting to the point where you're bored of buying Lamborghinis, or you're bored of this, that, and the other, and going, now how can we ramp this up a little bit more? And
Yeah.
that's the 1%. That's the 0.000 percenters. And no doubt about it, Clinton is definitely one of the 0.000 percenters.
Yeah.
So do you ever, I think you should do a story on this show about the day in the life of someone who has had so much money every single day of their life that when they wake up, they're like, how could I beat yesterday?
That's a good point. And we only briefly talked about it. I think it was earlier this week about people who do have so much money and can do whatever they want. Often aren't filled because they buy and they buy and they buy, and there's like a hole there, and that's where
like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift needs Jesus. She does. Just saying.
She's got Travis.
Travis is no Jesus. Travis is not Jesus.
No, he's not.
She's got her tight end right now.
She does have her tight
She's a
end, but
wide
he's not Jesus.
receiver.
But just think of all the success. Seriously, all the success her whole life.
First of all, here's a good point that he just brought up. Why the hell is Taylor Swift not with a quarterback? That makes no sense to be part of the, I mean, that's the working class of the football team is the tight end. You want the elite, get yourself a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, Aaron Rodgers ain't doing crap for a few months. That's for sure.
I think she liked him because he's a twin and the mom was so big, and she's just already thinking about breaking up with him to write the next song. That's a good song.
But
the Kelsey brothers.
But this, I mean, she's worth tons, hundreds of millions of dollars. Is she a billionaire yet?
I don't know.
And everything, it's always been very kind of weird and dark around and very quiet.
Oh, she's definitely she's got to be in that club.
Ask Eric the same
Somebody
question about
earlier sent us a video and they wanted us to show because it was popular this week and it's going to die down with Taylor and Travis Kelce, of course. By the way, Travis Kelce's net worth 25 times less than Taylor's.
Of course.
Well, of course, because she's been,
when you sell out a stadium for 3 nights in a row, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, massive stadiums as well.
Interesting.
Kelsey's net worth is reportedly $30 million.
I
could live off that for
and hers is 25 times $30 million.
Oh my
yeah, she's estimated to be worth almost $800 million.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't Kelsey's or his jersey sales go 450% on day one?
Yep, because of Taylor Swift.
Doesn't he get a percentage of that?
He should.
Doesn't he have to pay a commission to her?
Yeah, he should.
Mhm.
Somebody said that they
It's
feel
20%.
that it's a Friday. Now, bear with us. It's Free for All Conspiracy Theory Friday. Somebody sent us this video to show about Taylor Swift being associated and maybe reincarnated
Oh no.
To all you Swifties out there, don't come for me. I'm just joshing. That's not Taylor Swift. That's the former high priestess of the Church of Satan, who looks a lot like Taylor Swift.
What?
That's pretty ironic, right? Because it's not like this is a coven of witches, right? Choosy lyrics. That doesn't look like a summoning ritual. Just speculation, right? And then someone posted this online.
Summon the demons.
Someone else was thinking the same thing.
The worst part is she commented twice and she says, "Is this the new 1, 2, 3, let's go B?" So she's saying, is summon the demons the new crowd chant that they say when she does this witchcraft ritual?
Now to any supporters, I know I already posted this, but for some reason it's not showing on my account even though it didn't get taken down.
I wonder if Taylor Swift has been hanging out with Lady Gaga. Because you did a whole thing about Lady Gaga and Satanism and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Wonder if they're friends. That is something to research.
What do you think, Eric?
TikTok is it's never ceases to blow my mind.
Right?
That's okay. I'm gonna
ceases to believe it or not, or just
how does
stupid
Taylor
this stuff
Swift
is.
not have a ritual of uplifting spiritual? She has got the power in her hand to do a completely uplifting thing. I've never seen her show, but it does seem like you keep that stuff as far away from kids as possible.
You think so?
Unleash the demon.
Aaron says Lady Gaga has a new song called Babylon, and that should tell you a lot as well.
That does tell you a lot. And if they're friends, that tells us a lot too. There you go.
That's ugly.
That is ugly.
Les goes, I went to a barbecue competition in Kansas. So many turds here with Kelsey mustaches.
Les, that's funny.
I think he's a good tight end. He's no Gronkowski. I mean, that's another one. Why isn't she with Gronk? Why are you
Gronk has a girlfriend.
Why are you going to be sitting in the middle of Kansas City, Missouri?
But what do you guys think about the video with Taylor?
I think it's creepy.
It is creepy.
I've had enough of this garbage. What was the other guy that did this? Post Malone, wasn't he doing that crap?
And, he was calling out record. He was saying the record industries and you have to sell your soul to the devil to have success.
And wasn't I mean,
and guess what? He disappeared pretty fast, didn't he?
And then Jay-Z did the whole Last Supper thing on the award show.
Yeah, so weird.
I don't know, man.
There's some dark stuff.
I feel like I'm pretty down the middle. But
Kanye's called it out too, the evil and the devil. And he obviously has done a lot of things that put himself in a bad situation. But he's called it out and he's gotten canceled in a lot of situations.
Did he?
As well.
Yeah.
And by the way,
he gone? Is Kanye gone?
No, he's around. And by the way, I agree with Glenn. Travis put it out there for Travis pursued Taylor. I don't even think she knew who he was. Now she's the biggest Chiefs fan ever, wearing the jersey and everything. Or not?
Well, good for Travis.
Yeah,
he put it out there.
Pursue her.
If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Correct. So all you can do is ask. There you go. And maybe that will be the one true love. Maybe they will be in love and they'll live happily ever after, or there'll be a song.
I do wonder if she has a lawyer that follows her around and says, if you're going to date Miss Swift, you need to sign this. It's a prenup.
Everything.
I bet there is a prenup.
Look at her team. You don't just get
you
just don't get Taylor, you get her team.
Yeah.
That's what you sign up for.
That'd be creepy.
It would be very creepy.
It's like I started the show. It's like, watch what you ask for.
But also,
but
also remember that Travis, all of a sudden, with all of this stuff going on, now has a massive amount of national deals. And then he's all of a sudden all pro cupcake, get your Pfizer cupcake shot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he announces he's with Taylor. And by the way, you're just not together for a week or 2 weeks. And then you're sitting with mom and hugging her in a booth.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot more going on there.
Right.
Glenn says, is Travis a lib? I don't care if he's a lib, whatever. I mean,
yeah, well, obviously he is.
Well, I think that he's part of that class of people that are in a gradient. There's no such thing as black and white in that category. Is they can see the trouble that they're causing. I think he's a millennial.
And Taylor says,
right.
or Terry says, guys, it's mass media. NWO setup. the New World Order setup, you get money for the cupcake and it gets promoted, and you've got big, very popular Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift promoting it. And it all comes out, and it all came out at the same time.
Yeah, right at the same time. So there's
the cupcake commercial and Kelce and Taylor Swift all together on the same day, and they're releasing the commercials.
It's like
during the game that he's playing in.
It's like every single one of those 80s and 90s movies. It would be like some guy had the opportunity to win the lottery with a chick. Yeah. It's like, and then but at the beginning of the movie, they would start, and it would be some old guy just kind of fishing off the pier.
Yep. Jessica says all scripted.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the guy's going, well, son, be careful what you wish for. And then he's like, oh, you're crazy. Come on, we're going to have fun in life. And by the end of the movie, he's kind of walking back down the dock with his tail between his legs going,
well, that's how you started the show off today.
I told you, son, there's something to a nice, simple life.
You got everything that you wanted, or a lot of what you wanted.
No. No, I was kidding. Okay. It was, but sometimes you bite off way more than you can chew.
And that's harder than you get it and you want it and you still want to keep it, but it's harder to navigate.
It's kind of that thing, The Secret. Have you ever watched The Secret?
Oh, I've heard about that.
You got to watch it, man. It's the truth.
I have not.
I think I have.
The truth.
Maybe I haven't.
It's about vibration and
no, I've not seen it.
It's about spirituality. It's about the secret is this. If you say in the universe, this is what I want, write a check for $1 million like Jim Carrey did. I want it's already happened. If you truly believe it's already happened.
You're getting into the manifestation.
Okay.
We're going to do a day of manifestation, but
fine.
Eric,
you just got to be real careful what you wish for is the moral of that story, because it'll come. And once it comes, then once you've caught the car, what do you do now? If you're a dog.
No, I know. I hear you.
I got the car. And then you get drug on and you die.
I also heard Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback from the Jets, talking before the season started that he believes in manifestation, and that's why he did his ayahuasca.
Manifestation is not anti-Jesus. It's pro-Jesus.
But he's like, well, yeah, we're going to win the Super Bowl, and I believe it, and that's what I manifest, and whatever you manifest is what you get. And then he goes out and his ankle explodes on him 2 hours later.
You know what?
No Super Bowl, no manifestation coming to light.
Yeah, I mean it's about more than that. I mean, you're still living in a physical world. You still got to go through the process of living in that physical world.
We're in the spirit world,
right? I do believe that the Taylor Swift thing is creepy as hell. And I certainly do wish that she would have been like when Whitney Houston did her show. It was the white lights coming out all over the place. You thought angels were going to explode off the back of the stage. But with Taylor, it's the red light and the black cloak. I'm like, I see what you're doing here. There are some of those
concerts, but the Strix went to a concert in Kansas City and said there was nothing demonic, and they were looking.
They were looking for it.
And I asked Kathy and they're like, no, everything was
okay. Was that a real part of a show then?
Yeah,
because if I saw that, I'd say that's denominated.
That was a show. It wasn't the show that she did in Kansas City on the current tour.
Okay, so that was the pre-tour,
a previous.
Okay, maybe she's smart and she goes, I should probably tone this stuff down because they're starting to get onto us now.
It's possible.
I'm starting to hear things about Beyonce. I don't want to.
Unlike the teacher from St. Clair who heard that her OnlyFans page was starting to get more notoriety, and instead of stopping it, she just continued.
Because you know what? Why not?
She just kept on doing it.
You know what? Do something in your life that you're passionate about. Now, how do you feel about that? Because I think
body art.
I do look.
Sounds like a segment for Joe's show with Audio Inc.
I was married to the Penthouse Playmate of the Year.
That's right, you were. Tell us more.
And she said something to me with her. I'm not going to tell you her name, but
can we look her up?
Yeah, but I'll show you.
So how long were you married to her?
You showed
a year.
You showed me a picture of her in the past.
Yeah, and she said something to me, and she was. In retrospect, I look back and I was like, there was a lot of insecurities because she was a stripper and she was blah, blah, whatever, and we were all living young and fast back then. And she said something. Goes, you know what? I have this body for a very short period of time. If I can make money off of it, why wouldn't I? And I looked, probably at the time, I was like, you stupid, blah, blah, blah. But now looking back, I'm like, you know what? She's probably right. You know what? If it's not illegal.
Was she a Reagan fan?
Was she a Reagan fan back then?
Or Mondale?
Well, we're going all the way
I don't
back.
think I even asked. I wasn't into politics back then. Okay. I didn't care. You know, I didn't care.
Are we going back to the 80s here or 90s, 2000s?
90s.
Okay,
90s. And I'm not saying that to try to say, oh, look at, no, it was literally a bad situation. It was kind of I didn't even like her at first. You know, it was weird. And then we kind of started hanging out, being friends. And then she, you know, told me what she did. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. And then insecurities come in.
Right.
And then she told me, I go, why don't you just quit? She goes, you know what, Eric? She said two very important things to me that I took away. She said, I have this for a very short period of time. This is a business. I know it's hard to imagine if you can't be a part of it. I understand, and you leave. And then the second thing she did is when we started getting in fights as a couple, she goes, you see that? She looked at her watch and she goes, that was a second. I go, oh. She goes, you see that? It's another second. She goes, I can't get that back. So if we're going to be like this, I got to get a divorce. And it was those two life lessons are very important. You can't get it back.
True.
You need to look at your life right now and have peace, security, and kind of, you know. So even though I was in that weird relationship, I look at this school teacher and I go, man, you know what? This is your time to do whatever you need to do. This is, if it's going to make you feel good, if it's going to make you money, if you don't feel like you're being exploited, if you're not going to have regret 10 years down the road, go for it.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything illegal.
Oh my God.
But I can see a man where you would have a problem with that, because if I said to my husband, I wouldn't now with the body I have now, but back then I could have, and I would have, and my husband would not have wanted that at all.
Yeah.
Well, then you made a right decision for you and your family. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then she went on to do something else after she lost the body, after she lost the need to be in the magazines and whatever. She did something else, and she seems like a full, you know, I haven't seen her in years, but she seems like she's doing pretty good for herself.
Guys, we have another situation.
Well, if I see her, I'll tell her that you're doing pretty good for yourself. To say the least.
No, tell her I'm heartbroken. No, I'm kidding.
Tell her that you've been crying.
I'm joking. Trust me.
Guys, we had another situation.
Oh no, we've had a lot of
sex crimes with teachers and kids in the St. Louis area.
Wow.
There's another situation that was just brought to my attention a couple days ago. Riverfront Times reported this. A former school nurse at Vianney High School admitted that she performed oral sex on a student, and that was back in April.
So this was recent.
Yes. Aaron Forstell, 42 years old, pled guilty to statutory sodomy and sexual content with a student who was younger than 17. They're both felonies charges.
Oh, my God.
She was the school nurse at Vianney, and her victim was a student at the time of the crime. A family member of the student said that this nurse groomed the boys for months through text and FaceTime calls. So we have, let's see here. She was charged in May. She's no longer employed by the school. It's very interesting when you continue to have these stories. Let's see, in her plea deal, she agreed with prosecutors that she was given a suspended 5-year prison sentence, meaning as long as she can avoid getting in trouble, she won't do prison time.
Wow. I wonder how that boy thinks about it now.
He was a 16-year-old boy at the time.
Man, I've always thought this, that you use those, if it's a sex crime, if that little kid needs to see that person, to have closure in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm sorry, like apologize. That's your first job. You fixed what you broke. Kind of a situation.
Yes.
The punitive damage for that is going to jail, and it's like over jail. Like, you need to have laws on the books that make you think, ain't no way I'm going to do X because I know Y is the punishment.
And that's the opposite. If it's a male teacher with female student.
A male teacher with a female student.
The opposite.
Right.
How do you think that plays out?
Yeah.
Usually the man, I'll say it because
the media
female.
gets and goes with that much worse than with a boy with a woman.
Right. But that boy.
And that is not right.
It is not right, because that boy is being groomed at that age can have lifelong consequences.
Exactly.
Lifelong, psychological. He could think there's something wrong with him, or then he could become very promiscuous.
Exactly.
There could be all kinds of problems with that.
This is weird because back in the day, I had a friend that was a psychiatrist, maybe. I think there was a psychiatrist. And I was brought this up. I go, how can a guy look at a 12-year-old and be turned on? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, Eric, check this out. Back in 10,000 years ago, when males and females roamed the world, they wouldn't live that old. So a 30-year-old guy would look at a small child that was just of puberty age, and they would say they would get together and the tribe would love it. So he goes, you're looking at a natural thing and you are putting it through the perspective. I know.
We get into pedo stuff.
I know, but you're getting into nature and natural stuff. And it's like you have to, and it's totally disgusting.
And he was a psychiatrist or
That's the problem.
Well, he was talking about it from a scientific point of view. Like, this is the libido and the id and all this stuff that Freud talked to us about. It was like to procreate, to keep these species going, kind of a thing. And so when you say, how can a teacher look at a kid like that? Well, you know what? It should be against the law. It should be something that you got to deal with. But it is a mental disorder. It's a mental disorder is what it is. So you got to deal with it. But the punitive repercussion should be extended stay at your favorite jail.
Yes. Extended.
I hate to say that. Well, no. Because it's the only way you're going to fix it. And it falls in that same category as drugs.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do to fix drugs? Do you give them money?
At least a mental hospital, because
is that right? Okay.
How can a woman be turned on by a little boy?
I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah.
I do.
But that's the question. That's the question.
I was a teacher of kids of all ages and never once looked at a student and went, wow, now that kid's hot. That's gross.
Right. It is disgusting. It is completely, utterly disgusting. And there's only one way to fix it. You lock them up.
You lock them up. I agree. Because you send them back out. They more than likely will do it again.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same guy. It's the same punitive damage that you give someone if they give boatloads of cocaine to put onto your streets.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just find them. You find them and throw away the keys.
Absolutely. Totally.
And if it has fentanyl, you might even go farther.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so you have to make the punitive consequence for what you're about to do so bad. It's like I'm going to launch a nuclear war against Russia. No, you're not, because they're going to launch it right back at you. Okay, maybe not.
Mm.
And I wish. Eric, we're trying to end it on an up note, if at all.
No, let's go bad. Let's go into a negative. Come on. Let's go even darker.
Are you guys playing anywhere this week?
Yes, we'll be at the Devon Amphitheater in beautiful downtown Decatur, Illinois.
Oh, what's it called?
Devon Theater.
The Devon Amphitheater. Rick Springfield just played there. The Goo Goo Dolls played there last week. Night Ranger was the week before, and now Platinum Rock Legends. It's like 3 of these things belong together.
So Rick Springsteen didn't belong there?
No. He belonged there. Anyway, we'll have fun.
Glenn says it's a great venue. Eric. Oh, yeah. Jeannie's like, come on, this is depressing. Let's go out with a bang. I know. I'm sorry. It's just, I
know. You have to call it out, though, but I agree. I agree. But you know what? The one thing we didn't cover, and this is probably a real fun thing, is that there's phantoms.
We'll get it. No, we're going to get into that. We'll get into that at another time.
Okay. Yeah. So we're not going to talk about phantoms.
That's not.
Today.
No, the phantoms are not fun.
What phantoms?
They're a special training group consisted of the military's best of the best that hunt, not terrorists, but they hunt anything. And we'll do this on a show coming up. They hunt anything that's UFO, spiritual. They go after items or people who are maybe not like us. They go out and try to find.
So this is the new, like the real life Men in Black.
Kind of like the real life Men in Black.
Are you what?
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that one today?
We're gonna because our path took us then this other.
Well, we'll save
this was
it
still
and do
a
it with
damn
you
good
next
show.
Friday. We'll do it with you next Friday.
What happened with the damn little boy that looks like some kind of a dolphin?
Dolphin boy.
What was that all about?
Is the dolphin boy
that
the
was
same
not
thing as a
supposed
boy in a
to
bubble?
be on there.
But it was.
I know, but that was the wrong story.
Dolphin boy.
It was a thumbnail.
Gosh.
It was a thumbnail deal. But
there's
gonna
a,
I mean, that would have been a good way to go out. Dolphin Boy found.
yeah.
I miss the Inquirer, by the way, at the shopping center.
Did you? My grandma used to,
And it was always
read
Bat
'em.
Boy. Ah,
Bat Boy, yeah.
is that
My-
all you got? Bat Boy? Come on, man.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. Crystal, our saleswoman, says her husband Nick, who's in the military for a long time, said, look up the Majestic 12. I
Yeah.
guess that's,
Nick's got some good stuff.
we'll look up the
Mhm, we'll look
Majestic
that
12. We'll
up.
go out and hunt the paranormal.
Hunt the paranormal.
Yes.
Mhm.
Van Helsing.
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, guys, have an awesome, awesome weekend. We're laughing. We're smiling. Hey, go out and have a great weekend. Do the
And
best you
nothing
can.
we said today on this show is true.
We are
so
all
just have a-
dumber for what we have just heard.
Great way to end it. Right there.
Nothing-
Bump.
This
Greg,
was War of the Worlds today.
Greg,
War of the Worlds.
Greg, you get a C for your efforts at the computer today.
A
And thanks
C.
for the guitar picks.
Uh-huh.
You brought
At
me
least
a
it's not an F.
Special thanks to Greg. Nice job. Of
Yeah.
course, Joe's training Greg, Pro Joe, Eric Johnson, Lizzie Sparks. I'm Vic Faust. Guys, have an awesome weekend. That does it for the September 29th podcast. We will catch up with you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Yeah, Lizzie, we need to track call to action.